There's lots of moto bloggers in Australia doing some great work. So who is the next $1 million Bogan? Or who is the next big Aussie moto blogger? Come with us while we interview the best of the best. G'day guys, and welcome to That Harley Couple. Here at That Harley Couple we've decided we'd like to do a series of vlogs on Aussie Moto vloggers. We've all seen the Americans and people from around the world, but how many of you actually know the Aussie Moto vloggers and what's happening in our own country? So what we're going to do is we're going to seek out and we're going to discuss with all those Aussie Moto vloggers exactly where they come from, where they're going, and the differences they see between us and overseas. And to kick off the series, we have none other than my good friend, the Harley Roadshow himself, Povh. Paul's mixture of good humour, great locations and genuine love of the country and the outback makes his channel a must-watch. So join us as we explore the Harley Roadshow. Hey guys, Whitey here, That Harley Couple. First in our series of interview of Aussie Moto vloggers, and today we have the man himself, Povh from the Harley Roadshow.
How we going, guys?
G'day Paul, how are you, mate?
Good, mate, yourself?
Good, good. Alright, firstly, you got a new bike.
Yes, yes.
Tell us a little bit about it.
So it's a 2018 Street Glide Special. Which obviously Whitey's been here filming with me, and
what colour is it again?
It's black, because once you've had black you'll never go back. I actually asked if it had any blacker, and it was as black as I had. And
it's gorgeous.
And really and we're blacking it out even more, putting even more black on it, just to make it completely black. I was lucky, obviously Theo looked after me here down at Harley Heaven, and had 1,600 kilometres on it.
It's a bloody new bike, mate.
Yeah.
It's new old stock, isn't it?
It is,
gorgeous.
It is. And it's just, it hasn't got a mark on it. Obviously we're putting in a cam, suspension, bars, a few other bits and pieces, and have it set up exactly as I want it, you know, extended reach seat and everything, because obviously we do a lot of touring. Yeah, that'll be it. It should be on the road in 2 or 3 days, and we're away again.
Extended reach seating because you do a lot of touring. Nothing to do with the fact that the man's a giant.
Yeah, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. But it's I learnt with my last bike how I needed to be set up, and yeah, I'm going to get this one exactly the same. All
right, so the reason you got a new bike is because you and Elaine got cleaned up in New South Wales.
Yes, we did, yes.
All right, we won't go into that because you've already gone over all that nasty territory. Yep. But, okay, how's the healing going, mate?
Yeah, it's going okay. Elaine gets the boot off finally tomorrow, so obviously she had, you know, broken arm and leg and all that sort of stuff, so the boot comes off tomorrow, so she can start walking again. Obviously she'll have to have crutches at the start, but it's going well. I've still got to do I got a couple of scans, one for my shoulder and my knee and that, but look, it could have been a hell of a lot worse. So
certainly. So so hopefully by the time the new beast is ready, you should be able to throw a leg over.
I'll be throwing a leg over. Yeah, both. No, I'll be. Yeah, we'll be good to go.
All right. So a lot of people will have watched your channel, but some won't have.
Yep.
So tell us about the Harley Roadshow. How did that start?
So the reason we started the Harley Roadshow in the first place was because. So there was a time when the fires were raging in Victoria back in 2019, and a lot of people were actually cancelling their trips to, you know, the high country and all those sort of places, and, you know, everywhere. And I thought then, you know, we need to get out there and actually show people that you can still have a holiday in those areas, and just to try and, you know, get people back to those communities, because they were struggling enough as it was. And the last thing they needed was people cancelling their holidays. So we said, okay, let's get out there, let's start promoting, let's show people that you can still have fun. There's still plenty of places that are beautiful, and let's get people back into these regional, you know, centres. So, you know, we do things like showing them bakeries and all that sort of stuff. So we wanted to show you can still have a holiday even though there's a bit of fire damage there, and to keep people going. And then obviously COVID hit after that, and Yeah. We all know how that turned out. So it was even more reason to keep going out to these places and showing people just like us that you can, as long as you keep getting off the couch, you can actually get out there and have a great time. Doesn't matter how old you are.
The bakeries, they've become a big part of your...
They have.
Two more.
If only Elaine would film them.
Yeah, she's great at going to them. She's got to start filming them. And if anyone else, we'll start a bit of a competition. Put down in the comments, where's the best bakery that you've ridden to? Because I tell you what, there's not many people that will have ridden to more than Paul and Elaine. That's for sure. Yeah,
but it's. For those of you who haven't seen the channel, Elaine loves a bakery, and she gets hangry along the way, and we need to get out to the bakeries ASAP to get something to eat, and we've been to some crackers, to be honest.
Yeah.
And so yeah, when we first started, Elaine didn't want to film too much, and as the channel's progressed and she's got more involved, it's become a real highlight of the channel, to be honest. Everybody loves watching Elaine do her.
It is. She keeps you in line, mate.
Yeah. If only and if she's watching this, if only you'd stop eating and keep filming, that would be great.
So that's another thing, mate. Is you're very much a natural in front of the camera. For me, this is a little bit difficult. This is not natural for me, but for you, it just seems natural. Where does that come from?
Look, I think at the start I wasn't as natural as I am now. Look, I mean, one thing I have done, I have played in bands a lot during my life, so that's one thing. I have done a bit of TV before as well, so that sort of helped too. So I guess I wasn't completely.
So you're cheating.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. So I guess I wasn't completely coming in cold when I first started, but the way I look at it, when I'm talking to the viewers and everyone, it's like the camera is I'm talking to you. So I just talk to the camera like I'm talking. It's like somebody's there behind the camera, and to me it just comes naturally. And I just like to talk to people what I'm thinking, what I think is great about the area that we're in. Even here today, filming this stuff here, it's great because generally what I found is people like to talk about themselves when you talk to them. Not in a bad way, but just they're happy to discuss what they're doing, what their day-to-day life is. And my big thing is just keep talking to people. And look, some people are uncomfortable and won't talk, but most people are fantastic when you talk to them. And even yourself with this channel, you would notice when you first started, it was a bit more, it was tougher than what it is now already. Yeah, you've already gotten better with it.
We're getting there, mate. We're getting there. Now, speaking of motor vlogging, you've obviously got a passion for motor vlogging.
Yep.
And a bit of a passion for Australian moto vlogging.
Yes.
What do you see the difference between, say, the big US moto vloggers or moto vlogging from the US and moto vlogging here in Australia?
So there's a few things. I think motor vlogging in Australia is still in its infancy, really, and I just think that as a motor vlogging community, we really need to start looking at upping the game. Because if you look at some of the big motor vloggers out there, like Adam Sandoval and Matt Laidlaw, Two Lane Life, what's the other guy? Ulraka?
Ryan Urlacher.
Ryan Urlacher.
Yeah, Laura Biker.
It's a very, very polished and slick stuff. So really in Australia, we haven't sort of got to that stage yet. We're still there's a bit of strapping the camera on and just going down the road, which I just think we if you want to be successful and you really want to grow the channel, I mean, if you just, it depends on what you want out of it as well. But yeah. I think if at the end of the day, we're in the entertainment business, and I think television is a dead man walking. I think everybody's using more and more streaming entertainment. So if you want to be in that lane, you've got to provide entertainment. I think that's one of the main things. And I think that's as an Australian motor vlogging community, we've got to get better at. When you've got guys like Million Dollar Bogan who are obviously very entertaining, obviously over the top with some of the stuff that he does, but that's why he's entertaining. Then you've got guys like Skid Pig. Rob Charlwood, I always, Rob Charlwood's very professional in what he does. And if you haven't seen his channel, Throw Down Under, he's almost like a motor journalist.
Yep.
So you've got to find your niche, I guess what I'm saying. But I just think as a whole, as a motor vlogging community, we need to get better as a whole. And you'll find, like in America, the good ones drag the other ones along with them, and I think the same will apply here. We get some good guys happening and people really putting some time and effort into it, everybody will come along for the ride.
Well, you sort of walk the walk when it comes to that, mate, because you've helped us out a heap, mate. And you know, I think that's the thing that happens is that no one gets lower on the ladder because someone else gets higher. You know, you'll only get dragged up by someone else and, you know, other Aussie content creators
100%.
improving and getting better. So I think it's a win-win.
I have a passion for it. I really want to see Aussie content creators become successful, and that's why I'm happy to, you know, whatever. I mean, look, I'm still in my infancy as well. Yes, I mean, I'm not no freaking legend out there when it comes to it, but I know what looks good, and I know what people like, I think. So I try really hard to make it as enjoyable and entertaining as possible, and I'm happy to help anybody who want, you know, like I said to you, I don't care if I help somebody and they end up having 100,000 subscribers and I've got 10,000 subscribers. Yeah. Fantastic. I mean, if they're good enough to do it, mate, go for it. More power to you. That's what I love that. For me, I really want to see Australian motor vlogging become, have a real impact on the world.
And the one thing I've found is that the difference between us and the US is a lot of the US, and obviously the big ones that we watch, they've got film crews following them around, mate. It makes it a whole lot easier when you've got a dedicated drone pilot. You've got a, you've got some.
Makes it a whole lot easier.
All that sort of stuff. Us guys like you, mate, are leading the way with 2 GoPros and their missus and their bike.
Yeah. Plus, I've got hair and makeup, and it's not working.
You need the sack there.
Yeah. Look, and I guess the other reason I want to do it, I want to show people our age, who I find, limit themselves sometimes. Mate, get out there, and we have got the best country in the world.
Yeah. Get
out there, and you can do it. It's not hard, it's. When I say it's not hard, I mean it's tiring and stuff, but it's not unachievable.
No.
I guess is what I'm saying. So, I really want to see people get out there and support these rural communities. I really want to see people, like my big saying is keep getting off the couch, because life's short, mate, and you want to live it as much as possible.
Yeah, I can tell you, mate, life is short. You've got to be very careful, because anything can happen any day of the week.
100%.
And if an old bloke like me with one dodgy hip and one fake one can get out there, most people can, I think.
Yeah, and 100% they can. And I just think it's too easy to sit on the couch and watch TV. You got to do.
The other thing about motor vlogging that you're doing and what we're having a crack at is that it actually, I mean, for a lot of the time, it's targeting that area, that age group that we are. One of the things is that there's not a lot out there on TV for people our age.
No.
And especially in relation to getting out there, and they'll always show you the places like Bali for the young ones or something like that.
Or cruises for us.
Why do they always expect that we want to go bloody cruising?
Yeah.
I don't get it. I do want to go cruising, but it ain't on a bloody ship.
Yeah.
It's on a
on a motorbike.
Personally, perfect cruising for me would be on a nice 2022 road glide. Yeah. Oh, geez, I nearly said the other word, didn't I?
Well, look, we just did a big trip around the outback of Australia and all that sort of stuff. There's no reason why anybody else can't do it. I just think people limit themselves. And one of the great things I get from YouTube is the messages we get and the comments. You've inspired me to go out and do it. You've inspired me to go and my wife actually is now going to come on the back with me, and we're going to do a trip. We're not going to go as long as you, but we're going to do well, that's great.
Yeah.
Right. You don't all have to go 6,000-7,000 kilometres. You can do 200.
You don't have to go on a bike.
No.
I mean, some of the places Paul and we're showing you, they're in easy reach, but they're not always expensive. In fact, most of the good ones don't cost you a bloody thing.
No.
And it's just great fun.
It's
just
fantastic.
Great fun. Get out there and see Victoria and the rest of Australia. It's
Like even there was a point there where I'd fallen over. I actually hurt my knee and we couldn't get on the bike. We still went out in our car and did. We still went to bike events in the car. We still hung around with bike people. We still went to pubs. We still went to bakeries. We did all that. you don't need a bike. You just need to get off your bum and listen, like Million Dollar Bogan says, go and make Netflix. Don't watch it.
Don't watch it. Yeah, it's bloody good advice, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You know,
it is.
I mean, you can spend a lot of time in front of that box, and as long as it's watching that Harley couple or the Harley Roadshow, we don't mind. But apart from that, get out and go and explore this bloody wonderful country of ours.
Experience life. It's like I said, it's one of the best countries in the world. It's safe. The food's great.
Yep.
The accommodation's good. The weather's mostly good, unless you're me and you come down the coast for 7 days in a row and it rains. But there's no better place in the world to do this sort of stuff.
No, agree.
And I just think it's... and the other thing is too, as a couple, it gives you something to do together, because I found a lot of couples, you know, the wife will do one thing and the guy will go and play golf or whatever, and they sort of don't end up teeing up together. I think you guys are the same. You know, for Eli and I, we go away, it's like you're back to 25 again and you're having a ball.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
that's what I find is fantastic.
And look, the biggest bit of advice I'd give anyone there is, if you want your wife to get on the back of the bike, you know, make it bloody comfortable for her.
Yep.
All right, and we'll be doing a few things in relation to that soon. But yeah, make it comfortable for her so that she can actually enjoy the trip, rather than, you know, spend the whole time feeling like, you know, she's an afterthought. Yeah. You know. Yeah. And like I was just saying to you before, you know, I spend a lot of money on suspension and comfy seats and all that sort of stuff to make it comfortable. So you're both comfortable, so you both enjoy it. So nobody's having a bad time. Yeah.
You want to have as good a time as possible, because the more enjoyable it is, the more time you'll spend on it, the more value for money you're getting out of your motorcycle, right, the better time you're having.
And more importantly, look at the money you're saving not having to buy her own.
Yeah, exactly.
No, Lisa's very happy on the back, and I know Elaine is.
Yeah.
And no, it's to me, it's the best pastime you could ever have. So,
yep.
So Paul, I know we're here alone today, but someone else wants to have a chat with you, mate.
Who's that?
So I'll throw over to Lisa. Lisa?
Jeez, where'd she come from?
Hi guys, how are you?
What's your question, Lisa?
Hey Paul, how are you coping with Elaine becoming the star of the show?
Okay, so Elaine's now got the limelight. Okay, so yeah, well, she is a star hunter. We all know that. She's Johnny come lately. How's it affected me? Oh, I couldn't care less. I just wish, if you can just find it within yourself somewhere, Elaine, when we go to these bakeries, if we could just, when you say you're going to film, just film, so I don't have to try and make up something after we've finished eating. If that would, if you just possibly get that done, I'd be happy. But as far as her muscling in on my show,
the limelight, mate.
The limelight. We all know she's a glory hunter. We all know that, and I'm happy with that. That's fine. She can be the glory hunter all she likes. We all know who the star of the show is. Let's face it.
Bye, dear.
See you later. Bye.
Well, thanks for joining us, mate.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciate it.
Guys, make sure you sub and hit the like button, because that's how these channels grow. It's very, it's a lot of hard work with this stuff, so more power to you. And the success you've had so far has been fantastic, and I hope it keeps going.
Yeah, no, it's been good so far, mate. It's been very well received. So all the links and likes and all the bits are down here in the bottom in the comments, guys. So have a look at those. Click on Paul's site if you're not following it. Why not? All right, subscribe to Paul's, and we'll see you on the next one.
Catch you guys. Keep getting off the couch.
Bye.